even though we're African and we grew up in like in probably like different African communities, we still have this thing about the UK. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like we grew up together, so it's like, you know, you're gonna nod at your brother.
And apart from that,
no matter where you go, he gonna be like, I see you, bro.
First, an increase in drug use and open use
I'm
on
not
social
like
media
entertainers
as well.
make it like it's normal now. Like, oh, everybody's smoking
And recording themselves on Instagram.
Really?
Teenage, young girls. And that really broke my heart. Because, first of all, they did that. Then second of all, they felt so comfortable to record it and post it on social media.
Because that's all they see. Just because we're fans of people doesn't mean we have the right to just share your opinion and say, oh, I think it's this. Oh, yeah, definitely this. What was she doing naked? You're always making JayZ and Beyoncé the savior of black people.
You're listening to Adesope Live, the Afrobeats Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another edition of Adesope Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, where we break down the hot topics in the studio here at Afromedia Studios here in London with my celebrity guests, and we just look into what's going on. As always, thank you very much for the support. Keep liking, commenting, sharing, and of course, the support is always welcome. We appreciate that on YouTube and across all platforms, from Apple to Spotify, SoundCloud, the whole nine. Make sure you give us a follow and, of course, a like and a share. As always, before we get into the headlines this week, I'd like to speak about our partnership here in the building alongside saviours.com. Now, saviours is the leading discovery hub for Black culture experiences, bringing you the latest events, music, and news. With saviours, you can discover and buy tickets to the best events happening in your city to satisfy your every need. If you're on the hunt for bottomless brunches, the latest Afrobeats concerts, or just a banging night out, saviours has got you covered. Now, saviours is at the center of all experiences, whether you're an event organizer looking to sell out your event or looking for the perfect event to attend. Visit saviours.com and get saviours in now. Now, joining me in the studio to break down the hot topics this week is the returnee, a fan favorite, a favorite of mine, a colleague in the industry, Zenita of Checkout Africa, radio broadcaster, personality, all swagged out. The hair's looking amazing today.
Oh, thank
What's going
you,
on?
Shosi.
Are you
Thank
going somewhere after here?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I know it's lit outside. Everything's opening, but listen, June 21st, isn't it?
You're waiting for June 21st.
June 21st, I'm coming through.
All right, then. Anyways, some of the headlines that we're going to be looking at today are a great night for Africans at the BAFTA Awards with Daniel Kaluya coming up trumps. We're also going to be looking at the allegations that JayZ and Beyoncé have secured DMX's catalog/masters. And sadly, we'll be going into South Africa, where the fiancé of superstar rapper AKA sadly passed away in the last 1 week. And of course, a lot more. We're starting here in the United Kingdom, where superstar Ugandan British actor, I like to put the Ugandan in front of the British, if you understand what I mean. Anyway, actor Daniel Kaluya continues his domination of the award season after picking up Golden Globes and Screen Actors Guild Awards for his performance in Judas and the Black Messiah. Well, on Sunday, the 11th of April, 2021, he added another prestigious award to his arsenal by picking up a BAFTA for Best Supporting Actor in London, albeit virtually, whilst he was presumably sat in Hollywood via Zoom. Now, the actor, who is also up for an Oscar at the end of the month, said he was taking everything in his stride and just gonna chill out. I don't blame you, Daniel. I don't at all.
I love him.
Daniel, who had previously received an Oscar nomination for his role in Get Out, knows what to expect from awards season and isn't counting his chickens yet. But at this point, it is looking very strong for the Oscar this year. Now, it also has to be said that a young British-Nigerian lady by the name Buki Bakare, age 19, from Hackney, picked up the EE Rising Star Award at the BAFTAs for her debut acting role in the movie Rocks. Buki was cast while studying theatre arts, and she stood out with her incredible performance in the movie. Zenita, you and I have spoken about it.
Daniel Kaluya.
Exactly, about
I
Daniel.
love him.
Talk to me about the
I'm
picking
so
up.
proud of him. No, I'm proud of him. But have you noticed how he's always chilled when he accepts an award? Like, it's just always chill. I love that. Kaluya, don't get married yet. Just wait for me. Wait for me. But I'm really proud of him.
Yeah.
I think it's well deserved. I think it's not surprising that a lot of African British actors and actresses are going to pick up a lot of awards because we are smashing it in the field right now. So I'm really proud of him.
I know a couple of years ago there was a lot of noise about the Oscars so white, BAFTA so white, and all of those stuff. Do you think that has also played into how the nominations and the awards have played out this year? If you look at the Grammy Awards, 50% I believe were women, and a huge chunk of that was also African American, and of course we had the African winners in there. So do you think this political correctness and the rise
of course
of
because people are more vocal now. Like black people are not taking it anymore, and the BAFTA's only really recognizing him because he's getting like movies from America. When he was here they weren't really saying anything. So but I mean, you can't really blame Great Britain because you're only going to claim what's great anyway.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? You're only going to claim what's great. But I think it's about time. A part of me feels like it's too late. Do people still get excited when they win these awards? Like,
I think they do. I think especially people within the industry. If you're looking at someone like a Daniel Kaluya, for example, who is a trained actor, an accomplished actor, even though they might not really be super stoked and shout off the roof like they would 20 years ago about such nods, but they still count for something when it comes to pitching for movie roles. Asking for increase in salaries. The fact that I'm a 2-time Oscar nominee, a Golden Globe winner, a Screen Actors Guild winner, a BAFTA award winner. Now you're talking to someone that might pick up another Oscar. You're not going to be coming to me with chop change.
I think if he is nominated for an Oscar, then he might win it. I think he might win it because I think they're going to give it to someone British this time because there's a lot of British like actors. I mean, who's the other lady again that we spoke about last week? Who's taking the Aretha Franklin? Yes.
She actually awarded Daniel.
Him, I saw that and I was like, this must be so like...
So empowering.
I think also because like, even though we're African and we grew up in like... in probably like different African communities, we still have this thing about the UK. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like we grew up together, so it's like, you're gonna nod at your brother.
And apart from that,
no matter where you go, he gonna be like, I see you, bro.
First of all, you have to understand that these are two young people that are, grew up in probably South London or somewhere in London. Then they took their acting dreams to the big stages in the United States of America. And not only did they try to go and make it big, they have hit the big time.
That's
so when
true.
they see each other, they know what struggles they went through. And they know how hard it is to get the recognition that they eventually get. Now, you talked about Cynthia Erivo. She's a Tony Award winner, a Grammy Award winner, Golden Globe Award winner. Now she might even be picking up an Oscar. She's been nominated for an Oscar in the past. So these guys are doing it at such a high level that when they see each other, it's a form of recognition and a head nod to each other. Like, I know.
We've been through it together.
Now, finishing that story, we had a young British Nigerian young lady, Buki Bakare, who picked up the Rising Star Award. She's 19 years old. She was cast in the movie at probably about 17 or something like that. And that's her debut acting role. She's picked up a BAFTA award. What does this mean for someone coming from, an inner city, Hackney, London, African parentage, and, in a situation where coming up into your first acting role, this is a huge step and a big win for her. What does that mean?
I think John Boyega and them, everyone, I think they've kind of paved the way for the new people like growing right now into
landing.
in the media, and they still have to work. I'm not gonna say they don't have to work hard, but I think it's made a lot of people look here now for talent, and I'm really proud of her. You know, I think the entertainment industry is hard anyway, especially the movie industry as well. I just hope that she's surrounded by like good people, especially because she got into it when she was really young. But I'm hoping that her African parents obviously will keep her grounded. You know, we're not gonna end up like them crazy celebrity kids that are now. No offense, not that. I know they dealing with issues. You know, we're not gonna make fun of mental health or anything.
Absolutely.
But I'm hoping you know, she stays grounded. I'm looking forward to other things that she's going to be cast for. But I'm really proud of her.
And when Daniel Kaluya was giving his speech, he said he wanted to shout out a couple of people, and he mentioned the likes of Ashley Walters in that shout out. And Ashley, you know,
and he just won an award as well. And he said a different speech. I watched the video, and I was just like, oh. Raw.
Well, are you sure that was Ashley Walters?
Oh,
no, that
was
the guy. What's his name? Shay. What's the guy? The director of, I believe, Kid Oakwood. The other guy that's in the Bulletproof with Ashley Walters. The other actor. Yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, he just picked up an award as well.
He picked up an award at the BAFTAs award.
Yeah, at the BAFTAs. And
he gave
his speech.
The speech was amazing.
Yeah.
We need to find David Clarke, something Clarke. You need to check it. What's his name?
Say it.
Say it loud.
Just
Don't
say
worry
it.
about it.
Noel Clarke.
Noel Clarke.
Yes, that's the one.
You need to check out the speech by Noel Clarke at the 2021 BAFTA award ceremony.
Yeah.
It is something that every single young kid from London, whether you're black, white,
I'm not gonna lie,
Asian,
I kind of cried when I
deep.
When I read it.
Because he said when he got the award
he
the
popped
first
his
time,
collar, and then everybody was like, "Why did you do that?" And then he was like, he basically made a "Yes, we can" speech, and like you really deserve to be here.
Absolutely,
you know?
just saying, you know, that the reason he popped his collar was because he felt as a young kid growing up in a world where doors have been, you know, closed in front of your face. You never thought you could reach the pinnacle of your career, and when you start getting recognition that you never thought would happen, your reaction should be allowed, because you are elated that finally, after years of hard work and grind, doors shut in your face just because of the color of your skin and your tough upbringing, you're finally getting the recognition that you deserve. And do not feel out of place. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You're entitled to it.
Yeah.
And act the way you want to act.
Yeah. I think I have a problem with, you know, how people, you know, you have to act a certain way to be able to win a certain award. Like Oscars, you have to be
That's why Daniel is also,
to tick like certain. And
that's why Daniel is also very cool. That's why, even though, if you look at everything, I'll be honest with you, he's knocked it off. Golden Globe, Screen Actors Guild, BAFTA Awards. Automatically, you're almost stepping into the Oscar award.
Yeah.
You know, by proxy. However, the Oscars, they know how to do that. I've forgotten what his name was, the Australian actor Russell Crowe, back in 2002, when he had cleaned out come the BAFTA, Screen Actors Guild, the movie where he was a great mathematician.
Yeah.
And he was up for Best Actor category. He lost it. They didn't award it to him. So the Oscars can be a little bit shifty like that.
Yeah, it can.
It's like
you
the
have
Grammys.
to literally shake the right hand.
The Weeknd had one of the most amazing albums of 2021. He did not get one single nomination at the Grammy Awards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a snub.
Yeah.
And they do that sometimes.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah. So,
do you think that was because also he done the
No, he announced the NFL gig after he had been snubbed by the Grammys.
Okay.
So he also felt like he was booked to perform at the Grammys.
Yeah.
They released a nomination and he found out that he wasn't nominated and he was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I'm just coming to sing and dance for you guys when I have something that could change my life.
Yeah.
He canceled that booking and went for the NFL gig.
And he spent 10 million for it.
And apart from it, I think his streams went up by something 1,000%.
Yeah.
He made the money back. The adverts that he got from, performing at the NFL was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I see Daniel Kaluya. I know he's super excited about the success he's had so far.
Yeah.
But I know that he can't. That's why I said he can't count his chickens just
Before they
yet.
had- yeah.
Because the Oscars, they know how to pull the chair and the rug underneath you.
To be honest, I don't actually think he cares. I think maybe
They
he
do.
cares about
They
like
do.
his art and stuff like
they
that.
do.
But because everything is so rigged now, and
you
like,
do.
why do you need? Okay, I'm gonna sound but why do you need like people to nod in your direction for you to know that you're great? He knows he's great.
No, unfortunately, that those nods to people in that industry is also a huge chunk of how they know they're great. So when they speak about legendary actors in Hollywood, they always talk about two-time Oscar winner. Like when we talk about Denzel Washington, Denzel has picked 2 Oscar wins. And you're looking
But
at
Leonardo DiCaprio.
yeah, but Leo, one of the
Leo.
problems, remember, one of the initial problems that actors like Leonardo had was that initially he was one of the, bubblegum
playboys, yeah, outside, yeah.
Unfortunately,
So you have to
had
conform into a certain identity.
So he had that for about 15, 20 years
Mm-hmm.
before he started playing hard body roles where he's losing weight, he's going through it, he's playing real life
even when he
roles.
was a child, though, he acted in really deep films.
But still, what was that one? He wasn't getting no Oscar for that.
Even for the
That was a romantic
Wolf
story.
of Wall Street one, he deserved that for that one.
And then the one where he fought a bear, that the bear ripped his back. What's that movie? What's that one?
I don't know.
That was a horrific movie. Revenant. He deserved one for that.
Okay, I probably did.
I think
watch
the
that
movie
one.
got an Oscar.
Listen,
but
Titanic.
didn't.
He deserved
Oh,
come on, he was in Titanic.
Jack. Listen,
Titanic
bro.
is one of the greatest films
Nah.
of all time.
Bruv. Forget that. Jack was just in love, and listen, the movie was great.
Okay, but Daniel, we're really proud of you, man. Keep doing your thing.
Absolutely. Well, over to the USA, where the world was still coming to terms with the huge loss of legendary rapper DMX after he sadly passed away on the 9th of April 2021 after complications from an alleged drug overdose. Since his death and many tributes ringing out, rumors started circulating that his master recording had been bought by JayZ and Beyoncé for something in the region of $10 million and a plan to hand it over to his 17 kids. Well, DMX family, real name Earl Simmons, set the record straight about the alleged sale of the late rapper's master recordings and his upcoming funeral in a new statement. There have been a few rumors following our loved one Earl Simmons passing There have been a few rumors following our loved one Earl Simmons passing that we'd like to clear up. His family said in a statement provided to Billboard, "No one has bought Earl's masters. Additionally, we are not selling any merch or raising money for Earl's funeral. If anyone is requesting for money for his funeral, please be aware the person is a scammer. We will keep the public posted on funeral/memorial service arrangements," end quote. Well, that cleared the rumors, which also included DMX only having 15 children instead of the 17 that was stated in the previous story. Now, Swizz Beatz, who is also DMX's close friend and producer, also shut down the rumor on social media with a quote on Instagram saying, "Not true, King," end quote. Swizz wrote alongside the false article on his Instagram page. The last 7 days has been very difficult for hip-hop fans around the world.
Yeah.
With the passing of one of the most iconic entertainers that has, walked the face of this earth, incredible rapper that, Russell Simmons said DMX's career basically saved Def Jam as a record label. His back-to-back success in the late 90s into the 2000s with, I think, 4 platinum albums, 4 albums that went straight to number 1.
He created Rough Riders. Come on.
It was crazy.
Eve, come on.
The list goes on. Dragon was crying on Instagram, Jada Kiss. The list goes on. But
him and Aaliyah in the film.
But when this story came out that JayZ had bought the masters and was giving it back, first of all, I'll be honest with you. Initially, I'm thinking, that's
great.
That's a good gesture and stuff like that.
Why are they always making JayZ and Beyonce the savior of black people?
Unfortunately, they have saved a couple of people.
No, I don't disagree with that. But
they've done a lot.
You can't
put the pressure on them.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And they don't really announce it when they've done something for somebody as well.
The people.
Do you know what I love about JayZ and Beyonce? They are the change we want to see in the world. They don't just talk problems. No, they actually they do actions, then they speak.
Absolutely.
They don't and I love that. I think there should be more of us like that. They make deals with people, they partner with people and to change our community. This is what I always say. Rebellion and protesting all the time, yes, it does something, but there's other ways as well to give black people their power back economically anyway. But going back to DMX, I'm really sad about this one, but because I feel like everybody's dying before their time. Drugs is really.
This is one of the things that we had spoken about in the past. There's a huge rise in drug use in the entertainment industries. There's a lot of pressure amongst the young people, especially in Africa as well. We've seen an increase in drug use and open use.
I'm not like entertainers make it like it's normal now. Like, everybody's smoking.
What are your thoughts on that?
Everybody is this. They're just making it so cool, and I'm like, lean is not cool, guys. Smoking weed every day. It's not cool, guys. Trying new drugs, especially in America, because in Africa, I don't feel like drugs is like a huge deal when it comes to like cocaine, heroin, it's them type of stuff. But
tablets and stuff that people are now getting into.
I know in South Africa that's there. Okay,
it's crazy in Nigeria now. It's crazy in Nigeria now. Speaking about drug use, a video went viral today. I'll probably send it to Shay after we record.
Yeah.
Where a group of teenagers in Nigeria, teenage girls in school uniform, secondary school uniform, could be seen just passing around some shisha and smoking and recording themselves on Instagram.
Really?
Teenage young girls, and that really broke my heart because. First of all, they did that. Then second of all, they felt so comfortable to record it and post it on social media.
Because that's all they see. That's all they see.
How much responsibility do we have to take as influencers, entertainers on social media? How much responsibility do the entertainers need to take when it comes to, showing and kind of like... Glamorizing the drug
adulthood. Yeah. It's just... I feel like because of social media, I'm not going to lie to you, I think it's just because of social media. Because when I was younger, I never really used to see celebrities like smoking weed and all of that. But because of social media, everything has been heightened. So I cannot blame influencers like completely because of how fast things have been and how quick. And people want to see your life as well as an entertainer. It doesn't work like, back in the day where, people used to be media trained and your private life was your private life. And, people only used to see you when you do an interview or anything like that. So I feel like social media now, because of the change of generations, it does put a lot of pressure on influencers. So now they can't live their life and they have to live in hide it, in a way like your private story. If you see Snapchat, a lot of entertainers have private stories and it's only around within like entertainers. Not a lot of people have access. So they choose the type of content that they put out. Yeah. I just think as well, I think parents need to realize the type of, generation, that we're in now. We're lucky enough that our parents were part of like the old day and age and the new, age. So they chameleons. So you can't really parent the way your parents parented you because times were different. So I just feel like parents need to educate their kids because I'm not gonna lie to you. My mom was a teacher, right? And she never used to hide stuff like that. So I never used to feel like I never used to feel like, oh, I need to steal it and do it behind closed doors. I would just see people drinking. I'd be like, oh, everybody's drinking, you know, or, you know, I never really done drugs, you know, when I used to go out and stuff, but that's because, you know, fun was had like in my house, like I saw it. So I feel like if they, I don't know, because I'm not a parent.
Yeah, so, it's one of the most scariest things.
I feel like if your child is around it, they won't feel like they have to do it behind your back.
So you have
and they'll be educated.
So you're basically saying, I need to be smoking weed in front of my
kids.
No.
I'm not saying smoke in front of your kids, but I'm saying like, you know, have conversations about it. You know, because you know, you know that
happening.
Yeah, you know that's happening. A lot of parents, even to this day, have a problem about talking about sex. You know, with their kids, and a lot of kids. When my mom, I'm so lucky that I had a mom like mine, and I had older sisters because I could have conversations with them about it, and I never felt uncomfortable. You know, so. I feel like, and what parents don't understand, if you don't teach your child at home, they definitely learning it from outside. Majority of the kids come back pregnant anyway. And you thinking, oh, but how did you know? It's because they learn how to hide it from you pretty well. So you need to start having these conversations because they definitely being taught outside. I mean, DMX is an example. Somebody laced his weed with heroin. When he was 14 years old.
Now that was one of the most painful videos to watch when he was speaking about this on a podcast where he basically, as a grown-up, a 50-year-old man, broke down in tears, remembering the moment where he tasted weed for the first time and he found out that the weed also had heroin in it. And I'm thinking, my God, and he was so disappointed in the person that introduced him to him, because that was the same person that taught him how to rap. So it was a gift and a curse. He gave him the gift of rap, but also gave him the curse of drug abuse. How? So that means you've got to be.
Did you see the article where they put, you know, obviously the king that passed away, obviously, and then they put DMX next to it. What did you think about the front page?
I just put a comment there that, as far as I'm concerned, only one prince passed away. R.I.P. DMX.
Why do you have to be like
That's what I'm saying.
No, but what do you think? Because the headline was like, okay, the other one has passed away, and no, he didn't say dog. They said troubled.
But
troubled who had a drug addiction.
That's what they were trying to say. But unfortunately, what they forgot was, yes, the prince sadly passed away, and he's the prince of England and a respectable man in England who had served for decades. However, to people like us, DMX is equally a prince to me. He inspired me. Listen, you have to understand that I grew up in the 90s. Listen, as far back as Nigeria, DMX was ringing in Ado-Ekiti. I'm talking the bushes, man. I'm talking this guy was a hero in corners that nobody would, not even him would expect. This guy inspired generations of young men and women with his music. He touched the world. He blessed the world. To them, he was troubled because his troubles were public. But we didn't know what the prince was getting up to for the last 100 years.
Okay, fair enough.
So why did they have, and the fact that they had the audacity to put that
it next
together.
To, okay, fair enough. I don't think it was right that they put the pictures next to each other with different headlines.
Only one prince died to me.
But I will say that we need to start admitting to ourselves when listen,
if it's true, it's true.
You cannot come and say he was troubled. He was troubled. He was an addict. He was troubled, and we're coming to say but he was a role model. He was a role model that was troubled. He had issues, and I think the sooner we're able to be like, okay, he's got drug. We need to stop celebrating people that are like. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Because then your kid. So when you don't have a problem, if you're celebrate the good part about him. I don't have a problem with that.
That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, but acknowledge the fact that drugs is a real issue in our community.
First of all, the minute we decided,
his management, people allowed him to be an addict and exploiting him.
No.
Oh, come on, let's be honest.
No, let's be honest now. Some of the management. I listened to Kevin Lau's interview. I follow Steve Rifkin. I know people that have been part of his team who have had to do incredible things to keep this man functioning. They have tried interventions with this man.
I know he's been to rehabs
They
many
have
times.
taken him to rehab. It got so
He gave
bad.
his life to Jesus. We thank God for that one.
He's always given his life to Jesus.
Yeah.
DMX always walked with God.
No, but there was a time where he got born again and he even went on 106 Breakfast
He
Club
does
and he was
all
like,
those things.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there was also a time Sweet Speed said he actually felt more comfortable going to prison because he wouldn't get access to drugs there. So he came out of prison clean.
Yeah.
So prison also became a haven for him.
Yeah.
So he was battling so much, and people had tried everything, interventions. They taken him to, and Kevin Lau said something. Sometimes you can't save someone that doesn't want to be saved.
That's true.
I watched a documentary with the great Clive Davis where he spoke about Whitney Houston. A lot of fans, we were attacking Clive Davis. They exploited Whitney. They could see that she was finished. She was scrawny. She was doped out of her mind, and they kept on using her. But he sat her down and said, "Daughter, you need help." He paid for help. He took her to the rehab. He did. But when she came out, she went back to it.
Okay.
So sometimes.
So where do we find the balance?
So this is the balance.
Because as much as you say we've had conversation,
Yeah.
a drug addict is not a same person, guys.
Yes, we understand.
Okay,
It's
so
going through
you
it.
cannot say I paid for everything.
But-
Okay, cool. They went to rehab for a bit, and then still in a contract.
So what was
There needs to be like harsher.
So
like
this
you
is-
should go to jail.
So this is what Kevin Lau said. That what you could say is maybe we should have done more. Maybe we should have done more. Maybe we should have tried to take him for this 10th time to rehab, even though we did it 9 times. Maybe that extra one could have helped. However, it's not that we didn't try. DMX always had love. Everybody wanted to embrace. Busta Rhymes spoke about the intervention that they tried to go and get him at. Everybody had tried. So my thing is this. Yes, DMX he had issues with drug addiction, which was public, well documented over 20 years. However, he was also one of the most incredible entertainers that hip hop and the music world ever saw. So even though we can feel sad, disappointed, and heartbroken about his drug abuse and what ultimately led to his passing, but we can celebrate the great times that he gave us.
Yeah.
And the inspiration that he inspired. He didn't inspire me to use crack cocaine.
That's
but
true,
he
because
inspired-
you choose.
But
to
he
do everything.
inspired me to be energetic, to be forthright, to be a beast in this field. And that's what I'm taking. So I'm going to celebrate that. And that's what I'm going to show my kids and say, yo, this is an example of someone who came from the bricks and did something amazing with their lives. However, they also fell through, they fell due to the sad influence of drug abuse and drug use. So to be able to get to your top and consistently hold it down at that level, you've got to stay clear of drug use and drug abuse. So that's how we're going to introduce. But we're not going to say because he'd gone to jail so many times or the drug.
No, but it's not.
We can't
I don't
celebrate
think
him.
it's that. I don't think it's that, because yes, you can celebrate. It's like nobody's perfect in this world.
Nobody's
Yeah,
perfect. We are
nobody's
all
perfect.
managing ourselves.
We agree about that part. But I don't feel like when people are calling us out and saying, "Well, he was a troubled man,"
But those people,
wait.
those people.
We need to call each other out, Ade.
Yeah, but it's
we
not
need
up
to
to-
call each other out. Listen, I'm not gonna look at you and say and come to your event when I know you are a pedophile. Come
Yes,
on, like
I
you know what I
get it.
mean?
I get
I'm
it.
not gonna come. I'm not gonna keep coming because it's like I'm enabling
Encouraging
you.
All right. So I was watching a little documentary.
I'm enabling you, not even encouraging. Enabling is different
It's
to
different.
encourage.
All right. So I was watching a documentary, and I have a lot of arguments with a couple of my friends that enable some of the Afrobeats entertainers, but that's a story for another day anyway. I was watching a documentary on the BBC about the late Prince. And during that documentary, they mentioned briefly that after he got married to the Queen, he went through a rough patch where he didn't know what his position was. He was hanging out at nightclubs in London and hanging with celebrity women and all of that stuff.
Because it's tough being in the royal family.
Exactly. They briefed that out for
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Just a little breeze.
Yeah.
But you and I know that it could have been a lot. It was
Ew,
terrible.
yeah.
You know, they showed him smoking and drinking with all sorts of celebrity women in there.
Yeah.
He might allegedly could have been running through a lot of people
Yeah,
and doing
yeah.
all sorts of stuff. But because the establishment was so powerful, they kept that away from the world.
Mm-hmm.
So how don't we know that he was troubled too?
Okay, but you're comparing now. I
they're
don't really
celebrating.
care about the prince. I'm
Facts.
talking about DMX right now.
We
This
need
is
to- we
our
need to call
person
our
that
own
was
people
saying
out.
what.
I get it.
Oh, listen, we cannot keep saying, "Oh, other people can't call us out because they have dirt," but then we want change within our community. So we need to do something about it. What's the point? What do you expect the Queen and the British media to say about DMX? Honestly, what do you think they're gonna say about a black person? Come on, like so. It's our responsibility to tell it. Let's tell the truth. Stop saying we're celebrating this and we're like, why are we doing that? Wrong is wrong, guys. R. Kelly is one of the reasons why.
Yeah, okay.
And we all knew for years from when I was growing up as a kid.
No, but they said that. No, listen.
We all knew.
We all heard.
No, we all knew.
No, we all heard.
You seen the tape.
I didn't. I wasn't brave enough to watch it, man.
We all saw the tape.
I just saw like
he
images.
married Aaliyah at 15. Come on.
I wasn't there until I saw the documentary that confirmed that they actually signed Listen, you and I both know. Listen, they also said Michael Jackson was fiddling with kids. I ain't gonna take that. You know what I mean? I'm not taking that.
Okay, there's not much proof because even in court,
Michael,
but R. Kelly, there was proof.
So that's the problem. So,
in court,
so yes.
there was proof.
All right, so there was proof about R.
The
Kelly.
people who were around him should also go to jail because they knew.
Yes, they should have gone to jail. R. Kelly and his camp that were doing all the nastiness that they did and protecting him.
But we were still buying his music and still watching his films and still calling him a goat and still.
A lot of us didn't. But the first
Ade, you knew.
No, listen.
Ade, I'm not having that. You knew.
No, wait, let me say something. I watched that documentary, Surviving.
I only watched first episode.
When I watched that documentary that night, I felt like jumping on a plane and looking for this brother and his friends. If you watch that, I watched the whole thing one night.
No, I
like
only watched
6
one
hours
because I was like, I can't take
and
this.
I was shattered.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? And that shows you to the extent where a lot of people around the world, because of the amount of news that we're getting watered down, filtered, tweaked here, tweaked there, we don't know what to believe. Yes, there were allegations he had married Aaliyah at 15. We heard that in the 90s. But we were back home in Nigeria. A lot of us we couldn't even
I
believe
believed it. I heard it in South Africa and we knew that. Every rapper, even in the industry, knew.
No.
Like,
not until the big fight with JayZ did we now say, all right, there's something going on. Until then, he was in videos with big backside women looking absolutely grown and stuff. So that was confusion for us. I'm looking at
he done that after his court case.
Yeah,
after the court case, he peed on a little girl on video, and it was in court. They showed it in court, and we made jokes about it. It was in films.
Yes.
It was like people made jokes about it. Boondocks is a famous animation.
I know.
Come on.
But I'll be honest
we knew.
I'll be honest with you.
We knew,
yes,
Ade.
I agree.
Don't say when you came here to the UK, after you left Nigeria and you came here, all those jokes, you knew before the documentary came out.
What I wanted to say with the jokes is, first of all, the climate over 20 years ago, where people were allowed to say atrocious things and we were laughing and giggling at them, you know, it was shameful. If you look back at some of those jokes, they're terrible. Yeah. But I watched an interview of the Lucas brothers over the weekend on Breakfast Club where they spoke about, you know, change.
Yeah.
That when we do get to certain points when you have to change your material and understand that certain things can be said, everybody has to learn. Those people making the jokes and those people taking in the jokes.
Yeah.
The people that write those jokes are thinking about you and me. If they didn't know that, if they thought we weren't going to find it funny, they would never say it. But at those times, everybody was giggling. Chris Rock.
But
remember, let me remind you, Chris Rock.
No, but comedians educate people through
forget,
jokes.
No, but forget that.
No.
Yes,
Let's be honest, because they highlight the things that people are shy to talk about, and they highlight them, and they try to make you think about it.
Let me give you a joke. Chris Rock, during the Oscar Awards that he hosted, was talking about sitting celebrities next to each other.
Yeah.
And he said, let's just make sure that if we have maybe Taylor Swift, don't see her right next to R. Kelly. And everybody started laughing. That was not supposed to be funny. He was talking about some real stuff.
Yeah.
But at that time, even though some people were like, ooh, I felt a little uncomfortable, people laughed at it. Nowadays, if he did that today, he'd be locked up. His career would be
he'd
done.
have to apologize 10 times, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So things change. And with that, yes.
But me, I'm tired of apologies. I'm tired of the politically correctness on telly. Guys, we need to call each other up. Be the change you want to see in the world. You cannot say you are an influencer, you are an ambassador, you are this, you are that. And yes, we love. You have to call a spade a spade. He was a troubled man. He went and had 17 kids with different women.
15.
17.
No, 17 was
no, 15
15
was
is authentic, 17 was the lie.
Okay, cool. 17, 15, yeah. We don't even know, Seth, to be honest. Yeah. All these women that he was with, like, come on, you are enabling him. Yeah. You're going there thinking you're going to get money. You have a kid for him. All these, like, come on, his master, like, everybody was enabling him. Even though we wished for him not to go that way, yes. Of course, he was a super talented man, and I think he had more. 50 is very young.
Too young.
50 is very young for someone to
Prince,
die.
Elvis.
So I think the entertainment industry needs to be a little bit tougher, and I don't mean like tough, like we need to not tolerate nonsense, because at the end of the day, these are the people that are influencing the next generation.
Absolutely. Well said. Well, staying in the United States of America, where this week's News Week magazine revealed a Peep Slate poll on whether Americans would like to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson run for president of the United States of America, and 46% of the people polled said yes. At least 46% of Americans would support a presidential run from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, according to the new poll. The actor and former professional wrestler has hinted that he could be a 2024 candidate for several years. Now, a poll released on Tuesday suggests that nearly half of all U.S. adults would support his candidacy. The poll found that 29% would support campaigns by both Johnson for president, actor Matthew McConaughey for Texas governorship, and with another 17% supporting Johnson's run only. Now, in addition to Johnson, the poll also asked respondents to weigh in on whether a number of other celebrities should run for president. A presidential run from Angelina Jolie had the support of 30%, while 27% supported Oprah Winfrey, and another 22% supported Tom Hanks. A combined 63% said that Hollywood stars would make good politicians if they had political aptitude or the right team in place. Now, the poll was conducted online among 30,000 adults between April 2nd and the 4th of April. No margin of error was listed. It must be said that Dwayne Johnson has said in two popular interviews with the late-night Stephen Colbert and Daytime's Ellen DeGeneres that he would consider running for president in 2024 or 2028. But before then, he still has lots to do first, and he needs training on policy before stepping into the fray.
Yeah.
One of the most popular figures in the world now is
The Rock.
The Rock Johnson. Can you smell what The Rock? Listen,
he was my favorite wrestler when I was younger. I used to watch WWE in South Africa.
Everybody enjoyed WWE. He did one of the hardest things ever to transition from WWE wrestling into the acting world. Another person that has actually been successful in recent times is John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
But a lot of them, over the last 20 years, even Hulk Hogan, over the last 30 years, they tried the Hollywood thing, but they never really cracked it well. Some reason, Dwayne Johnson has done it well. What has he done?
Oh, it's definitely his family and the hustle. I think if you hear his story as well, like but I don't think he should. Okay.
Talk.
Yeah, like let me say, okay, because of his background and everything, he's a very humble guy.
Yeah.
I think anyone is capable of doing anything if they put their mind to it.
Facts.
I will point it out, and I do believe it's the influence of people like Donald Trump and Kanye West we come in. Because they don't come from a political background. So I think it's made other people be like more aware that other people can be president or you can become president. I mean, look at the boy that is running for the London mayor. He's a YouTuber.
Yeah. He's on the ballot.
Yeah. So it's like, but I feel like we need people with experience. I think maybe a coalition can happen, but I don't see him running for president. I'm not gonna lie.
One of the most popular presidents in the United States of America is Ronald Reagan, who was an accomplished actor at the time when he became governor of his state and ultimately became president.
Yeah.
A wrestler from WWE. Also, Jesse Body Ventura was also a governor in the state. So in America, what the last 30 plus years or 40 years have shown us is running for an elected office is a popularity contest. Whoever turns out to be the more popular ultimately gets closer to the seat than a career politician coming from the stakes somewhere.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump also proved that completely. Having been seen as a boss firing people on The Apprentice in America, there was a section of the Americans that believed that he had what it took to run the country. And they gave him that opportunity for 4 straight years.
Yeah.
The biggest job in the world. And Dwayne Johnson now has, I believe his social media following, he's now maybe one of the most followed men in the United States of America across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yeah.
He is one of the most successful movie actors in the United States of America. He also has a production company that's doing game shows.
Amazing, yeah.
Is such a success that everything is running on 1,000 right now.
But would you be okay with him being the president of
the United States of America?
Yeah.
I'll be okay with somebody that cares about the community, cares about the people, who has the knowledge of how to run an organization. And for me,
a country is an organization.
he ticks the box. He runs a success.
I don't know. I'd have to see a little bit more.
$7 is his production company. Every movie you've seen Dwayne Johnson in the last 10 years, he's been produced by him.
That's great and everything, but I would still like to see him in politics and see what he's capable of.
That's where policy comes into play.
I won't just give it away just because he's popular. I mean, I could be popular, but that doesn't mean that I want to be president.
But it also shows that apart from experience, one of the other important characteristics of a successful politician is likability factor.
Yeah, likability is,
And because this man is swimming in it
but
now.
Likability doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to bring change. Obama was liked.
Did he bring change?
Not much. He couldn't anyway because
His hands were tied.
Yeah, he couldn't. A lot of people might hate me for saying this, but Trump being president exposed a lot about America that wasn't exposed when Obama was there or any previous president was there.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like a lot, even though a lot of bad things are happening in America and stuff, it was stuff that was happening behind the scenes anyway. It's just that we never really knew about it.
Yeah.
And of course, because of social media, everything is like heightened now.
Yeah.
Do you know, everything is so easily accessed. People are exposing policemen, all these things. But I feel like Donald Trump being president, even though people didn't like him, there was a lot of change that came because or is coming because of people who are like him. That I don't know, a lot of things got exposed.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a good thing for America, actually.
Absolutely.
I think
because some people felt that Obama becoming president was a symbol to show that America was finally turning the tide. However, it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Obama becoming president also gave the negatives within the United States of America to rear their ugly head.
Yeah.
And during the presidency of Donald Trump, they eventually had more confidence to show who they were.
Yeah.
What now happened with that is it backfired and inspired the great out of America to stand up. You know, the what's it called? Black Lives Matter, the women movement, all of that Time's Up movement and all of those stuffs came up during the presidency of Donald Trump and ultimately swept the likes of Joe Biden into power.
Yeah.
Sadly, he's only been in power for about 4 months. We've had multiple,
deaths,
gun killings and all of that, with police officers also engaging in some of these stuff. So it's still
extremely, I think it's extremely, being a president is extremely different because people think just because you're the face of something,
you can just change
can just change things. And it's extremely hard. I'll use Jacob Zuma, for example, from my country. A lot of people think that he ran ANC, which is the government but he doesn't run anything. They just made him the face. He's not even educated.
But one of the biggest problems is this. I understand what you said, but it's also an excuse for failed leaders to say, I couldn't do anything, my hands were tied. The hell did we employ you for then? If you knew you weren't going to be able to do nothing, you couldn't influence changes that would affect the common man or common woman, then why the hell did you apply for that job? Don't just put your hands up after wasting 8 years of our life.
Because when you find out about policies and
but
you need people, you need people. Even you being a president doesn't mean you can change everything. There are seats in government. There's policies that you have to follow, and that's why Obama couldn't change a lot of things.
However,
that we wanted to change.
Donald Trump could veto things. That's the difference.
Because he had money. Money talks. Listen,
Obama
money.
wanted to follow the policy and follow institution. Let's vote. Oh, they voted against Obamacare, so we couldn't do nothing. But Donald Trump also said, I'm also the president of the United States of America. I've got the power of veto. And I'm going to veto your behinds, whether you vote against me or not. And nobody could do nothing. So that also showed lapses that other presidents...
bold. He's a bold president.
Exactly. So that's what we want.
You kind of have to like some aspects
You have to like a bold person who worked in favor of his own base. Unfortunately, the base was not the popular base in America. So what we want everywhere in the world, Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, wherever it is you're from, is that a president that steps in works in favor of his own base. The people that really cried for the change and asked for you to be president wanted you to do something.
That's nice and everything, but there's corruption in Africa. Like, stop
God,
it.
Please, man.
A president cannot change everything in Africa. A president cannot change everything. All these politicians who are chopping money, come on, a president cannot come in.
What are we
they will kill him.
So are we going to wait for... the
people who are... Like I said, Jacob Zuma was just the face, okay, while people are doing their rubbish behind the scenes. So really and truly, the people you should be holding accountable are politicians who have
Senators
seats. Yeah, those are the people. Listen, there's corruption, there's deep corruption.
I know, man. It's just heartbreaking. I swear.
Yeah, I know.
It's heartbreaking.
Since
you've mentioned your beloved South Africa, we're going over to South Africa now, where the world woke up to the shocking and very sad news that newly engaged fiancé of superstar rapper AKA had passed on after falling from the 10th floor balcony of a 5-star hotel in Cape Town. Reports have it that 22-year-old Nelly Tembe, who was in Cape Town to support her fiancé, AKA, who had a few performances lined up on the Saturday, fell to her death naked in the early hours of the Sunday morning. Emergency officials rushed to the scene and were said to be treating her until her condition deteriorated and she was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. Social media went into a frenzy with celebrities and personalities sharing their condolences after the families of both the Forbes and Tembe issued a joint statement confirming Nelly's death and the state of the inconsolable AKA, and asking everybody for privacy for the family to grieve at this terrible time.
Yeah.
Now, Nelly's siblings said in a statement that bringing her body back home for a burial was the hardest thing they have ever done, as they celebrated the life of the 22-year-old at a memorial attended by close family and friends, including her fiancé, AKA. Reports also claim that further investigations are being carried out to determine what really happened that fateful night. What we do know is this: one of the most shocking stories on the continent, with rap superstar, aka family, friends, and fans are devastated on the events that happened last Sunday.
Yeah.
I have to specifically say here from the Afrobeats Podcast in the UK that our condolences to the family goes out to the family of the Forbes and Tembe, because AKA spoke to me about a month ago now. We caught up for about an hour. We spoke about his newfound energy, the success with his vodka line, his partnership with the nightclub, the success he's had with his TV show, The Bride Show. We talked about his brand new album, the videos coming out. He was in absolutely buoyant form.
Yeah.
And coming off of that, we also spoke here on the Afrobeats Podcast about his engagement to Nelly, and the fact that he had said on Twitter that how much did a cow cost, making a reference to Lobola, where he had gone to
Lobola.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you said
that.
Lobola, yes.
He had gone to pay respects to Nelly's family and
Yeah.
done the rights.
It's really sad.
I'll be honest with you, when
22 years old, you just finished university. Do you know that?
yes,
Your parents' blood, sweat. This is when your life is about to take off. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's extremely sad.
I was
shocked.
I was stunned.
I was
had
shocked.
family members kind of checking on me because I was so heartbroken
for
them.
AK. Yeah. Because they're just about to start. They just paid bridal payment. You know what I mean? Like, it's just lit
And
right now.
when the news broke, I went straight to AK's Insta story, and guess what? The videos were there of both of them partying the night before. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one that one there.
Yeah.
That just completely threw me.
Yeah, he was in complete shock. I can report on this now because it's out, because the funeral or the memorial service
was a couple of days ago.
has happened already. And people were speculating, was she, killed herself, depression or anything like that. But he pointed out that actually none of that. His child wasn't depressed or anything like that.
There was allegations that she had attempted suicide. In the past.
He said that's
all lies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said the only reason why she passed away is because of drugs and alcohol. That's it. That's
They've
what he said.
confirmed it now?
Yeah, that's what the
dad?
Yeah.
Wow.
That what it was said at the funeral, because I think he wanted to put to because the family is actually a great family.
Successful. He's a multimillionaire father.
Yeah.
Successful father.
So he just wanted to put to bed anything that has to do with mental health, suicide, murder or anything like that. It's because it's drugs and alcohol.
Because they had there were videos in AKA's story the night before. They were having a great time.
Yeah, a great time, yeah.
Partying, eating, shopping,
Yeah.
Dancing. And everybody woke up and it was R.I.P.
Yeah. I do want to say we need to be very sensitive, especially when it comes to death of people, because, just because we're fans of people doesn't mean we have the right to just share your opinion and say, oh, I think it's this. Oh, yeah, definitely this. What was she doing naked? Oh, what were they doing at the balcony? I hate that. Especially when someone has just passed away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really hurts at the time, and everybody's just speculating and reports and all. If that was your mom or your sister, or do you think you'd like it if people speculated it's not nice.
Especially if that was a tough death. The 10th floor.
Yeah, that was just the
That was
most random thing you could ever think.
Yeah.
An accident maybe it's a bit easier to take in. Do you know what I mean? Someone just falling out of the building. It's a bit.
It was tough, man. And I'm just thinking now,
I don't know how AKA is gonna.
That was the question, because especially knowing how excited he was about this relationship, about his engagement, about the future. Nelly herself had posted a picture of her engagement ring on Instagram, saying to the haters that you thought he would never last. And guess what? We're walking down the aisle type of thing. Yeah. Both families, both the couple, they spent Easter together. Their content out there. I think at the moment, especially in South Africa, because the media is going crazy there. Because he's the biggest star.
But we need to respect people as fans, guys. We need to respect people like, okay, yes, I know he put his life out. All his love life has been out there. He dated his baby mama. He dated Bonang M. He's known to be crazy sometimes on social media and stuff like that. But that, just put yourself in his shoes. Can you imagine the love of your... I've been in a situation where one of my close friends committed suicide, and I was devastated because I spoke to him the night before.
No way.
Do you know what I mean? And I was so devastated.
And you had no hit, nothing.
Yeah. So can you imagine you with... I'm not quite sure if he was there at the hotel. I think people are saying he was there, at the hotel. But can you... Okay, two scenarios. If he was there... do you know how shocking that is? I don't know who told me this, but someone said AKA was screaming.
No, apparently they said that there was a security guard allegedly that said that they can hear loud noises.
Yeah, he had to go to the hospital. They said AKA had to go to the hospital because he wasn't okay. Do you know what I mean? Man. Come on, can you imagine you are sitting with me here? I say I'm going outside for a cigarette and then you hear me go.
No.
And then you see me. Dead.
That's the difficult thing. Everybody's just...
That's hard. Everybody... I don't care what celebrity you are. I don't care how much money you have. That is hard.
Yeah, again...
But it goes back to what we were talking about. Yes. Drugs and alcohol.
The father said so.
Yeah. Drugs and alcohol, guys, we really need to be vigilant amongst each other. We've made it so cool that it's like we forget that there's consequences that come after it. Do you know what I mean? We made it so cool. You could die, after you take cocaine. You could die instantly after you take heroin, You could die same time. What are those things called? The balloons that people are just enjoying anyhow.
Those balloons that people are just popping in. I've seen parties, and I've seen people do that. I'm flabbergasted when I see people, because I'm shocked.
Because it's not illegal.
I grew up in an era where, anybody that uses drugs, when we were growing up,
it was even weed. It was like,
weed.
You are doing drugs.
No, you've lost your mind. No. When we were growing up, anybody that smoked weed had lost their mind.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. It's a big deal. But now weed is like starter pack.
Nah, man. R.I.P. to
Rip, man. Rest in peace. Yeah, I really hope that I really hope the people who are surrounding him right now, business-wise or anything like that, I really hope they support him because I think it's a difficult time for him right now, regardless of any mistakes that he's made in the past or anything like that. I don't think anybody, it's a traumatizing thing anyway. Absolutely. So I don't feel like, I think people should give him his space, But at the same time, bad situations, I look forward to his music.
God, that's deep, man. Anyway, we go over to Nigeria, where controversial singer and former YBNL artist Temi Ovasa claimed that pedophilia was on the rise in Nigeria and every family had one. The singer said this on Twitter as she shared her thoughts, and I quote, "There are many pedophiles in Nigeria. We're not addressing it as we should, and it's stressing my brain out. Every family has one. Almost every Nigerian woman I've met has been sexually harassed / abused by an uncle. Where are these uncles? In their homes? Head of the house? What do you expect from a country where it's legal to marry children in some parts? That grown man with a younger wife and a baby, they had a baby they had when she was obviously a minor. You know him? Yeah, I know a lot of them too. Keep pretending it's not happening right under your noses. Well, this is a problem across Africa and the world.
I would like to hear your thoughts about
But in
this.
Nigeria, I'll be honest with you, when she put that statement out, she's not far from the truth. I believe...
She's telling facts.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
There's no even alleged in that statement.
I believe that growing up, we have seen shifty uncles. We have seen men that have, that have been allowed to commit heinous crimes. And because of the culture, a lot of the people had to keep quiet. I've even heard young girls say their mother told them to keep quiet after they told their mother that an uncle or a cousin had sexually harassed or assaulted them. We have allowed such people to continue these crimes within our family spaces. Maybe it is time. Not maybe. It is time.
Not even maybe it is time.
No, it is time that not only do we speak about these issues publicly, but we also finger point some of these men and say, yo, your time's up, my brother. You know what I mean? Regardless of what family ties that you have to one of these, this is a massive, massive problem in Africa and, of course, Nigeria. Because of social media platforms like Instablog, Nigeria, Tunde Ednut, and Co., they now show every single day a grown-up is being arrested for assaulting a young child. Not a young lady, a young child. And the reason why it's now becoming prevalent to us is just because social media reveals it. It's been there in the background when nobody was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So someone like Temi Ovasa speaking out about this, yes, everybody, especially men, everybody needs to say...
Everybody needs to be held accountable. Anyone who has heard that an uncle has done something and didn't say anything about it, you know that Uncle so-and-so is known and you didn't say anything about it because you're scared that your family is going to shun you. Listen, I feel like all you people should go to hell.
It did.
Because you cannot tell me that you are okay or you are too scared to give a voice to a minor. Yeah. Especially when do you know how much courage it takes for you to go and tell your mom something when you know something wrong has happened to you and then your mom says, don't say anything about it.
God damn it.
Do you know, in African culture, it's really sad because we just need to hold ourselves accountable. We like blaming, our history and slavery and all these things on a lot of things that happen to us. But we do a lot of things to ourselves as well, forgetting that we have a choice in that as well. When you decide to do something wrong, you have a choice. When somebody puts a gun to your head, you have a choice there. It's either you run or you scream or you keep quiet. Do you know what I mean? You still have a choice, whatever you decide to do. So I know a lot of people excuse pedophiles or they excuse. It's wrong.
Absolutely.
When I was younger, I knew many kids that got abused. I think I mentioned this last time. Yeah, I knew many kids that got abused by their parents, spouse, or the stepdad, their older brother, the cousins. When I was growing up, and it starts from a really young age, unfortunately. And a lot of people will come out later in life to say they were sexually abused by a cousin, or I think, let me just even say 3 times almost me getting abused. Almost. It's just as a kid, I had a big mouth. So, and I think I was 11 years old. A Nigerian man who was a who was a friend. Sorry, but he was a friend of my sister's boyfriend. And they ended up moving to the same complex as us. And one of them actually married one of my adopted sisters as well. So I just I used to grown ups. Do you know what I mean?
Because of the conversation.
And playing. Me, I like people who like to play outside. Yeah. So he just always had that energy, and I thought, oh yeah, this is cool. I think even he was there looking for papers. The hustle. And then one day I remember, I don't know. I don't know why I had a Bible in front of me, and he was sitting on the floor, and and then he asked me, "Would you like to give me a kiss?"
Wow,
and I said,
11.
And I said, "Huh?" And he said, "Would you like to give me a kiss on the lips?" And
big man.
I just stood up right there, and I went to my sisters, and I said, "He said, should I give him a kiss?
Thank God for
His
that.
friends, they beat him up. Like, they beat him up, and we called the cops. He went back to Nigeria, first flight. So, but there's other people as well. Like, you know, when I was growing up, when I was 5 years old, you know, family friends, you know, we like playing outside. You know, a family friend can come and pick you up and say, oh, I'm taking the kids to go to the shop and this, that. But sometimes I think it crosses their mind. There was a man that used to do that with me because I used to be from the suburbs.
Yeah.
So I used to go visit like my auntie's house that lived in like, you know, the ghetto or whatever. And so I had this person, everybody always liked me because I spoke English fluently. So they used to be like, oh, this kid. And they used to like buy me sweets. And the guy one day as well also tried. And I told on him and he got in trouble as well. Do you know what I mean?
It's a terrible thing.
Do you know how many kids I went to court when I was younger because a child that I just started
witness
as a kid. I just started asking other kids like,
what's happening?
Who's being touched inappropriately, or who's this or who's that? White people, black people, same WhatsApp group.
It's to be honest with you,
we need to call them out.
We need to call them out. I completely agree with Tammy.
They need to go to prison. This going to prison for 2 years for rape is nonsense. You know what I mean? Going on probation and you go to the cell for 1 day, you're out, and then you're going to the same neighborhood
to go and abuse other people. Now that's where the policies needs to change. That's where we want leaders that can actually do something and stop saying that my hands are tied.
Yeah.
These are the problems that we're facing in the society that have, you know, wrecked families, ruined human beings. People have committed suicide. People have turned to drugs and alcohol. People have been emotionally damaged for life.
Yeah,
some of them might
it's
not
something
be able
that
to,
never leaves
that
you.
they might never be able to recover.
Even the attempted is something that never leaves you. So you know, as a child.
I agree with Tammy Ovasa, and I think it's time for us to speak up, speak out, and protect the young ones. And send
I think men need to call each other out as well.
Yeah, and send the criminals to prison.
Especially basically. You men are supposed to talk to each other a lot about it.
I agree.
You see, when you look at a kid and you're seeing this girl, you don't even know if she's the right age. Just
leave it alone. Trust me.
Just leave it.
Trust me. I agree with you. Now, staying in Nigeria, where popular actress Naji Charity shared her interesting yet unpopular thoughts on Twitter about men who demand sex on first date. The actress felt there was a better way to deal with guys like these, and her thoughts were, and I quote, "He's not dating you. He's not your husband. He doesn't intend to marry you. And on the first night he wants sex, bill him. Bill him. That might be the last time he will ever want to see you. No talk say, I no tell you." End quote. If he asks for sex on the first date, ask for money in return.
Listen, before I came here, a man said he's interested in me. Yeah. I said, oh, you have to give a deposit in case you waste my time. That's what I said.
What's the deposit? So what cost? How would you gauge? What's the price of the deposit?
It depends. It's just a deposit is just a hello, hi. You know when you're stopping someone on the street and you're like, hey, madam, listen, that's time. Me stopping there is time. Do you understand? We are tired of you men. Ade, we are tired of you men. You people take the mic. Don't lie. Because there's been times where you probably liked a girl and you fed her rubbish just to get her into bed and disappeared after. You cannot lie.
Let me think about that. You
cannot lie.
I think I'm going to have to say I'll take the Fifth Amendment on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
My right to remain silent.
Exactly.
Because anything I say might be used against me in a court of law. But I'll be honest with you. Even women have taken advantage of us too.
Because y'all take advantage of us.
What are you talking about?
Y'all take advantage of us.
Listen,
there's nothing worse, than going for a normal, like, let's say people say, oh, your standards are too high, and then you drop your standards. And then you go for some normal, normal, nothing to write home about. Man.
And then he goes off.
He takes the mic. Oh, that hurts more. Listen, that I'm not gonna lie, it does. It hurts more.
Is it?
It hurts more. I've dropped my standards. You start looking at yourself like, am I okay? Let me just check in the mirror. Is there something? Is it written on my forehead that I'm a clown? That I belong in the bin or something? Trust me.
Is it?
Listen, bill him. Bill him. Dates are not enough. You people have been enjoying this COVID.
COVID's been great for some people.
Listen, you people have been enjoying this COVID. You haven't been taking anyone on dates. There's nowhere to go. Yeah, no hotels. There's nowhere to go. You know, it's only if you have like side things or whatever where okay, you have to stay with your wife and be faithful for once. Hallelujah. Yeah. And be faithful for once. Okay.
There's nobody to go. You don't want to go pick up COVID from the streets.
No, not even just COVID. You think you people are scared of COVID? You think married men are scared of COVID?
Yeah, they could die.
No, there's no way they can take you to because there's no hotels that are available now.
Okay. No.
Do you get me? So you have no choice but to stay with your wife. And besides, everybody's home now. So you if you go, where you going? You can't say, oh, I'm going to my concubine.
You see,
bill him.
Hi.
Men, you guys are. Why are you going to take me on a date and I think, okay, it's going to go somewhere and you ask me for sex on the first day?
It might be your thing. He doesn't know maybe, that's your thing. Some people might be up for it.
It's okay if it's, but still, like, I'll give another example. We went to a barbecue, yeah? Your people, of course.
Oh, man. She loves Nigerian men.
The men's game was so weak, yeah? He moved to all three girls. We all friends. Yeah. We went. Okay, we all left. He said, oh, I'm going to invite you to a barbecue. We said, okay, cool. We're like, okay, cool, because we need motives. Like, it's been locked down. We just want to, like.
Yeah.
And then he tried the first Kenyan girl with the biggest butt, of course.
Yeah.
He flunked.
Obviously.
Went to my friend.
Yeah.
Flunked. Then he came to me last. And I'm like, okay.
So you had an issue with the fact that he came to you
last? No, not even that he
came
came to me last. But the fact that you've tried all three women, you're dumb enough not to think that we've all spoken to each other. Yeah. That was stupid. That was mistake number one. So he's already off the check. And do you know what? The sad part about it is that he's like them shy, nerdy guys. So you're trying to act like a playboy and you're still flunking. You're just falling flat on your face. Then he tried all three and then he started calling them, oh, they're not serious. They're not. What? Because you're inviting them to your house? Are you mad? Do you know who we are?
Well, anyway, we're gonna go over to Ghana, but
Billy, would you allow to? I mean, come on, Nigerian men naturally want to take care of women, so it's facts. Like you guys have that on lock here.
Yeah, I mean,
but still, like,
Billy,
why do you guys feel like you can ask women? Let's have a serious conversation. Like,
to be honest with you, man, I didn't grow up with kind of asking for sex on the first date or trying to get with a girl on the first date.
You guys used to move to a girl for months, persistence.
Yeah, that's where we came.
We like that.
It's called CHAPS. CHAPS.
I think you posted something and
harassment.
I think you posted something.
Pressure.
What's it called? You posted something was like moving a girl from the chair to the bed was a serious.
Was a big job.
I'm telling you.
Wait. Listen, when I was growing up, that was something people you get a standing ovation for that. Like, if she came to your house and she left the couch and came to the bed, rude boy, listen, you've done well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
does that mean I feel like maybe you guys appreciated women then more because it's extremely hard
nowadays.
Now it's easy. I'll be honest with you. You go in the DM, boom, you're on a date.
When I moved to the UK and I found out that girls actually were the ones that told you that she was feeling you. I'm like, really? Okay. I came from a place
now you feel like you're the catch, so now you're acting up.
From a place where she is absolutely in love with you, but you're still going to chase it for 7 months. But she's in love with you. Her friends tell you she thinks about you all the time. But you're still boots on ground, sending messages, speaking listen, it's tough. So when I came here and I'm seeing girls say, listen, she walks up to you and tells your friend that, your friend, I like him. Tell him I like him. Me? Oh, I don't need to say nothing. I just need to turn up. Oh my God. It's party time. Straight away, DMX music. Stop. Tell him now. No.
Oh no, but are you telling me then that it's like
it's easier?
What? Because it's okay, cool. So
easier,
it's
bro.
easy. So you guys don't rate us because it's easy.
We rate
because when we try to be difficult as well.
No.
Honestly, we need advice now.
We rate. All right, we rate because it's straightforward. But again, I say this to a lot of my female friends. A man usually knows what he's looking for. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, we have a specific type, in our mind.
In your mind, yeah.
Somebody that you believe is almost ready for, that next level up.
Yeah.
However, you as a man have to be ready. If I'm not ready for a serious relationship and she presents herself at that time, she's ready for marriage, she wants to have kids, whatever, I'm wrong. Like, I wake up the next morning, I'm like, bro, that girl don't crazy. She says she's the final. I'm out of here. But that's the thing. So a man, most of the time, unfortunately, because women are so intelligent, they mature a lot quicker than guys, you are always going to be dealing with a guy that's still coming up. Trying to be.
What about the ones who will be moving to you today and then 2 weeks later you find out they get married, and or you've been dating them for 2 years and then and then the next thing
over to Ghana where this
what?
Listen, that one. Because
you people are really good at this game.
Yeah,
like we need some pointers.
Listen, that one's tough. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of men have been guilty.
You'll be there. He'll be calling every day, seeing. You won't see no signs at all. And then 2 weeks later, randomly, it will only be God as well, who'll just. So
that one's tough.
You guys need to stop taking the mick out of us. There's plenty fish in the sea. Like stop doing it to us. That's why we need to start billing you. Women, bill him because he might waste your time. Bill him. £250 is the starter pack.
Well, over to Ghana. We're almost rounded up. Over to Ghana, where this week the president Nana Akufo-Addo and Twitter founder and CEO Jack Dorsey announced via Twitter that the social media platform had opened its first headquarters and continent headquarters in Ghana. Twitter has officially announced its decision to base its African headquarters in Ghana. The social media company is already looking to fill 12 positions in the West African country, but will hold off on opening a physical office until the COVID-19 pandemic subsides. Now, the announcement comes just a week after Twitter's CEO, Jack Dorsey, held a virtual meeting with Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo. And in quote, they said the choice of Ghana as HQ for Twitter's Africa operations is excellent news. Where am I? He said, is excellent news in response to Dorsey's announcement on Monday. Now, Dorsey in 2019 traveled through Africa with stops in Ghana, Nigeria, Ethiopia, to name a few, with plans to live on the continent for up to 6 months in 2020 before the pandemic changed its plans. Mm-hmm. However, the plans for the HQ remained. On why Ghana was chosen as the company's African headquarters, Twitter explained that the country was a firm supporter of free speech, online freedom, and the open internet. Additionally, Ghana's recent appointment to host the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area allows Twitter to establish a presence in the region. This is just another example of Ghana completely beating everybody black and blue in Africa.
Ghana, I think my husband is even in Ghana at this rate. Because Ghana is just enjoyment.
They're beating everybody black and blue. They've been successful with tourism. They are now completely smashing it with
investments, real estate. Like, it's going crazy.
And what this means is that since Twitter has made the first step of announcing a continental headquarters,
other companies are following.
All the other tech companies are coming there.
But, doesn't it make you a little bit scared? Because, when white people bring in money to a country, they start taking over and saying, this is really cool. This is really cool. And then the next thing, South Africa.
No. They won't be able to do that. No. In Ghana, I understand your trauma in South Africa, and I respect it.
You know, because they'd be like, you know, when who's that man? The producer that's opening them electricity stuff. What's his name again? Akon, right? So he's receiving a lot of backlash, guys. Come on, he's doing. What do you mean?
Yeah, because Akon sometimes his information sometimes can be sketchy, but I understand what he's doing.
But China's and stuff like that. So what's the difference between Jack Dorsey and? But Jack Dorsey's a nice guy.
And Twitter's doing well. And when they go into Ghana, they're going to also improve the internet access. They're going to invest in Ghana. They're employing people on ground. Yeah. It just shows that Ghana, again, like I said, is beating every other Africa on the continent, black and blue. Yeah. When it comes
it's going to be Ghana, and then it's going to move on to other African countries.
A lot of other countries have had the opportunity, but they just didn't do it well. Nigeria completely failed the likes of Twitter.
Yeah, because Nigeria, it was Nigeria before Ghana,
That's it. So that's bad. Now, finally, we're going over to East Africa, Tanzania to be exact, as Hollywood superstar and Kenyan actress Lupita Nyong'o visited the Tanzania National Park whilst on holiday in the beautiful country.
Yeah.
If you remember, Lupita Nyong'o was earlier in the year criticized by the Minister of Tourism in Kenya for a lack of communication with the country, hence them going with supermodel Naomi Campbell as the face of Kenyan tourism. Well, since the incident, it looks like Lupita is now making visible efforts in engaging with the motherland more, kicking off with an Instagram live interview with famous Kenyan singer Kotie about her new book, and now a very public visit to Tanzania and the national park in Serengeti. Reports claim she opted for Tanzania as there were stricter COVID-19 rules in her home country, Kenya, as some sections of the fans have posed the question why she chose Tanzania rather than her home country, Kenya. Lupita is finally embracing her East African roots and celebrating
she's always done that.
Yeah, but when
she started up in Kenyan sugar.
Yes,
come on,
she did. But what the argument has been is that since she became, a Hollywood superstar, Kenya obviously wanted to take advantage of the popularity, and the Ministry of Tourism allegedly reached out to her a number of times to become the face of Kenya, and she never responded. And they decided to go with Naomi Campbell, the super iconic model, Naomi Campbell, who had obvious love for Kenya and had been there donkey of times.
But Naomi has the time.
Lupita also showed that she had the time, and she wanted that too.
Naomi in her career has the time.
Yeah.
Come on. Naomi's done everything under the sun. She's got the time for it.
Lupita wasn't happy.
But I'm saying that Naomi has the time. Okay.
Yeah,
because
Lupita will be acting
come on, it's like us saying, then why is Naomi Campbell not really celebrating the fact that she's even British? Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. I think it's different. I feel like it's different. Lupita Nyong'o, it's like us saying we have a problem with Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron didn't like...
Yeah, because Lupita actually moved to Mexico when she was very young.
No, never mind even that, like... She done sugar for you guys. Everybody knows she's Kenyan. I feel like now we start being too entitled over people's over people's careers. I mean, we had this conversation about Burna Boy and the Nigerian government and now all of a sudden people say, "Oh, was he supposed to get paid that much?" But he worked for it. And she's building her career. She's not like,
she doesn't have time.
She don't have time. I think at the time maybe they were asking. She didn't have time. She was acting or doing movies and sometimes even you need to remember she's a human being. What you can do, maybe I can't do. What I can do, maybe you can't do.
But now obviously she's doing exactly what they wanted her to do for Kenya.
Because she has time and she's grown now in the industry.
Which also meant that the criticism she got 4 months ago definitely changed something in her, because she's finally doing what they expected her to do during those times. So it's also worked, even though it might have been negative and some of the stuff that they said must have been false.
Yeah.
However, I still believe that there's been a positive response with Lupita with regards to the expectations. Hence why Tanzania is enjoying what Kenya was dying to have.
Yeah, but Tanzania's only enjoying because obviously Kenya had stricter COVID rules. That's the only reason why Lupita's
That's what
there.
she said. Tanzania actually has a lot, very, very strict COVID rules as well. So
Really?
that's what, you do your test like a million
Can we
times.
just believe Lupita and let her live?
Absolutely,
Just because she's a woman.
Oh,
Yeah, let me bring this woman stuff now because it's going to work. Just because she's a woman, let her live, let her land. She's going to do many things for her country.
Absolutely.
She's got a lot of time.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, she's
Absolutely.
young. She was very, she was new in her career. Come on, she won an Oscar.
Yeah.
And after that, you need to remember that they watch you now.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to be good again?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, are you going to be good in your next film? She has to put in work. I mean, I think Kenya should be happy because she's already being an ambassador without even doing anything.
Absolutely. Because
Do you know what I
everybody
mean?
asks, they say
The
she's
more
from
successful
Kenya.
she is in America, the better it is for Kenya. Do you know what I mean? It's free promo.
Absolutely. I agree
So
with you.
I think sometimes we become a bit too entitled. Yes, don't forget where you're from. You know, I appreciate my country, but at the same time, how are you gonna push the narrative of your country? I have to go explore other
places.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Well, shout outs to Lupita. And that ends this week's episode of Adeshokwe Live, the official Afrobeats podcast, with my guest Zenita in the building.
Thank you
You
for
always
having
come
me.
again, as always, but you look amazing as well. I said that earlier on.
Thank
and big
you.
shout outs to everybody behind the scenes, Afromedia Studios, Yanga Television.
Oh yeah. First
Big
of all,
shout out.
thank you, Adeshokwe, for giving me my first opportunity to be on TV. I was so gassed. Thank you so much.
Listen, you smashed it too. You know, so, and that's what we want. That's what this platform is about.
Yeah.
Let's give ourselves opportunities to support ourselves and showcase our talents. I'm hoping that they give you a phone call and say, listen, Zenita, you need your own show. That's what I'm hoping. And hopefully we're going to get that phone call. So again, thank you very much for listening and watching. Until next time, it's the same place, same time, and it's peace. We're out.